Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever fallen so deeply in love with a story that you just wanted more of it, maybe even different versions that explore all the what-ifs?
Yeah, definitely.
What if I told you that one of the most iconic magical girl sagas isn't just one story, but an entire universe, a multiverse, brimming with parallel timelines, reimagined characters, and wildly different destinies?
Okay, I see where you're going.
Today, we're doing exactly that, diving into the incredible complex world of Sailor Moon.
What's truly fascinating here is that we're not just looking at a few minor cosmetic changes across adaptations, not at all.
Right.
We're talking about fundamental shifts in plot, character arcs, and even core thematic underpinnings across distinct, fully realized canons.
Yeah, entirely different stories sometimes.
This isn't just a fun what-if exercise, it's a what-is multiple times over. Our mission today is to chart this intricate web for you, showing how a singular narrative idea blossomed into a sprawling, often contradictory, yet endlessly captivating tapestry of stories.
And that's precisely why this deep dive is so compelling. It forces us to reconsider what we thought we knew, regardless of how long we've been fans. So, whether you're a longtime Sailor Moon enthusiast or just curious about this unique phenomenon in storytelling, prepare for some genuinely surprising insights as we chart the Sailor Moon multiverse, a chronological record.
We've pulled together some amazing sources to guide us.
We really have, taking us from the cosmic dawn of creation right through to multiple modern reawakenings. It's quite a journey. To truly appreciate the vast scope of what we're talking about today, we have to start with a foundational idea. The Sailor Moon narrative universe is not a singular monolithic story where everything fits neatly into a perfectly linear timeline.
No, absolutely not. That's a common misconception.
Instead, it's a complex collection of parallel continuities, each existing simultaneously, but with its own distinct history, unique characterizations, and even its own canonical laws.
Yeah, its own rules, basically.
Trying to force all the incredible stories we know and love into one single unbroken sequence would actually be a misunderstanding of the franchise's very nature.
That's spot on. The concept of a Sailor Moon multiverse isn't merely a fan theory. It's an inherent and fascinating result of its truly unique production history.
Okay, let's get into that.
The primary driver of this narrative divergence, this branching of stories, was the concurrent creation of Naoko Takeuchi's original manga and the incredibly popular 1990s anime.
Ah, okay. Simultaneous creation.
Exactly. The manga, as the foundational source material, was released monthly, which, allowed for a more deliberate, detailed narrative to unfold at its own pace, gave Takeuchi the space to craft her vision.
Monthly makes sense for detail, but then you have the anime.
Right.
And oh, what a story that is. It premiered a mere day after
Yeah.
the second manga chapter was released.
Just think about that, a day.
It's wild. The animation studio was locked into a weekly broadcast schedule while the manga was being developed monthly. This immediately created a massive demand for content that simply didn't exist yet in the manga.
Yeah, they were way ahead of the source material almost immediately.
So the studio found itself in a challenging position, forced to expand on existing ideas, alter original plot points to stretch them out,
Fill the gaps.
and even invent entirely new storylines and characters just to fill the airtime. They were often operating from early drafts and notes from Takeuchi, not from a completed, stable, or finalized story.
Precisely. This wasn't like a deliberate creative decision to craft an alternate vision from the outset.
It wasn't planned.
Not really. Rather, this intense production reality, the constant pressure to produce weekly episodes from a monthly, still developing source that is the true genesis of the canonical split.
Wow.
It's a testament to the dynamic nature of creative production, where practical limitations can inadvertently lead to narrative richness, creating a fan experience with layers that were never initially planned.
So these fundamentally different narratives coexisting are a fascinating byproduct of a demanding creative process.
Absolutely. A happy accident, in a way.
And for this deep dive, we're going to explore a few of these primary continuities. The absolute foundational spine, representing the creator's original vision, is the original manga and its most faithful anime adaptation, Sailor Moon Crystal.
The baseline, you could say.
Then we have the major parallel narrative, the beloved 1990s anime continuity, which is where, let's be honest, many fans first fell in love with the series.
For sure, a whole generation.
But we're also going to look at other significant but distinct canons, like the live-action series, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon.
PGSM, yeah. Very different.
Vibrant theatrical musicals known as Saramu,
Oh, the musicals are a whole world unto themselves.
and even key video games like the Super Famicom RPG, Bishu Shenshi Sailor Moon, another story.
That one's fascinating, trying to bridge the gaps.
To help you navigate this intricate web, let's briefly outline the key characteristics and central themes that define each of these primary continuities.
Yeah, a quick reference guide. It really helps frame this. This version is largely characterized by its episodic Monster of the Week format, extensive filler episodes, and original sub-arcs that expanded the story significantly.
Lots of filler, yeah. But some great character stuff, too.
Definitely. It generally maintained a lighter tone compared to the manga, with some notably altered characterizations. Rei Hino, for instance, exhibits a very different personality.
Oh, Ray is completely different, much more fiery, almost comedic sometimes.
Right. The core emphasis in this continuity often revolves around the power of human connection, particularly friendship. Its central theme is friendship and redemption, often showing how even villains can find a path to good.
A big focus on second chances in the 90s anime. Moving to a distinct path, we have the live-action, or PGSM continuity, which comes from the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon TV series from 2003-2004.
Okay, the live-action one.
This was a complete reimagining of just the Dark Kingdom arc. It's very character-driven drama, introducing unique plot elements that don't appear anywhere else, like the intriguing Dark Mercury.
Darkery, yeah, that was wild.
Or the terrifying Princess Sailor Moon. It's a self-contained narrative that offers a very different, often much darker flavor.
Much darker, yeah. Almost grim sometimes.
Here, the central theme is tragedy and identity, questioning what it means to be a hero when your past self is a danger.
The theatrical musicals, or Saramu, represent another fascinating branch. These are stage musicals from both the Bandai and Nelka planning eras. They adapt story arcs, but often with significant changes.
Big changes.
Introducing completely original storylines like the multi-part Last Dracul saga, new characters, and a general emphasis on fan service elements, playing directly to the live audience.
So much energy in those shows.
Their central theme is theatrical reinterpretation, showcasing how the story can be adapted to a new medium with its own conventions and spectacular flair.
And finally, a specific example from the video game's continuity is Shujo Senshi Sailor Moon, another story for the Super Nintendo.
The RPG.
This is an original, self-contained plot that uniquely attempts to bridge manga and anime lore. It features its own unique villains, the Oppositio Senshi, and explores some fascinating what-if scenarios regarding fate.
Yeah, it really plays with the timelines.
Its central theme is an exploration of fate and what-if scenarios, directly engaging with the consequences of past choices.
So, as you can already tell, we're not talking about minor cosmetic changes or simple retellings.
Not at all.
These are fundamental shifts that create entirely different emotional impacts and narrative journeys for the characters we know and love.
It makes you wonder what kind of foundations could give rise to such diverse interpretations. Let's start at the very beginning, the cosmic origin, to truly appreciate the bedrock upon which these varied stories are built.
Indeed, the history of the Sailor Moon multiverse begins long before any moon princesses or kingdoms. It starts at the dawn of creation itself. A sprawling cosmology, primarily detailed in the manga's final arc, which immediately establishes an eternal overarching conflict between creation and annihilation. This is what we call the primordial era.
Okay, primordial era. And the very first event in this grand cosmic ballet is the genesis of the cosmos, billions of years before the Silver Millennium. This is when the galaxy cauldron formed.
Cauldron, right, the source of everything.
Imagine it as the primordial birthplace of all stars, planets, and life within the entire Milky Way galaxy. It's a sacred nexus, a cosmic womb, where all starseeds, which are essentially the fundamental essence or soul of every celestial body and living being, emerge.
Starseeds, like the core life force.
Exactly. This incredible, vital place is overseen by its eternal guardian cosmos.
And, concurrent with the cauldron's birth, a being of pure malevolence emerges, Chaos. Described as a star that failed to be born, Chaos is essentially pure nothingness given form, a cosmic void given consciousness.
Whoa. That's intense.
It is. Its fundamental, driving ambition is to return all existence to the void from which it came. It seeks to merge with the galaxy cauldron itself to become the ultimate entity, Sailor Chaos, and erase all life.
So the ultimate bad guy from the very beginning.
Pretty much. This immediately establishes the central, overarching conflict of the entire saga, the eternal struggle between the creative, life-giving power of the cauldron and the nihilistic, destructive ambition of Chaos. It's the ultimate good versus evil, set at a truly cosmic scale, predating all other conflicts.
Fast forward a few billion years, and we arrive at the Silver Millennium, approximately 1,000 years before our 20th century. This was a true golden age of peace and enlightenment.
A utopia, basically.
From an unknown origin, Queen Serenity arrives at Earth's moon. She wields the immense power of the legendary Silver Crystal and establishes the Moon Kingdom, a utopian society in the Mare Serenitatis, the Sea of Serenity.
Beautiful name.
The people of the Moon Kingdom are blessed with extraordinarily long lifespans, living for a millennium while aging very little. Queen Serenity's sacred duty is to watch over the nascent evolution of life on Earth, protecting it from cosmic dangers and guiding its progress.
Simultaneously, on Earth, the Golden Kingdom flourishes. Its sacred heart is Elysian, a mystical realm deep within the planet, protected by the high priest Helios.
Helios.
Pegasus.
The very same. This kingdom is ruled by the crown prince of Earth, Prince Endymion, who possesses the golden crystal, the terrestrial counterpart to the silver crystal, capable of protecting Earth's dreams.
So you have these two powerful, benevolent kingdoms, one on the moon and one on Earth, living in a mythological golden age of peace and prosperity, linked by their shared guardianship of the solar system.
Seems idyllic, but we know it doesn't last.
Right. Within these kingdoms, we find the royal court and its guardians, defining roles that will echo throughout all the timelines. During the Silver Millennium, Princess Serenity, the daughter of Queen Serenity, is born.
Our heroine's past life. 4 guardians from the planets of the inner solar system, sailors, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Venus, are awakened and sworn to be her personal protectors and closest friends. They are her inner circle, her chosen confidants.
The inner senshi.
Then you have the outer senshi, who provide a different kind of protection, residing in solitude at the solar system's edge, guarding against external threats.
The lonely sentinels.
Sailor Pluto guards the space-time door, a forbidden gateway that, if breached, could unravel reality itself. Sailors Uranus and Neptune stand watch over the celestial borders, protecting the system from external invasion.
Very cool. Very mysterious roles.
And then there's a final secret guardian, Sailor Saturn, the guardian of ruin and rebirth. Her devastating power is kept in a state of dormancy, meant to be summoned only as a last resort to reset creation in the face of absolute annihilation.
Whoa.
A kind of cosmic failsafe that can literally destroy and restart worlds.
Oh, that's some serious power. Don't mess with Saturn.
Definitely not. And on Earth, Prince Endymion is protected by his own loyal companions, his 4 most loyal knights, the Shitnu, Jadeite, Nephrite, Zoisite, and Kunzite.
The 4 generals. Or knights, depending on the version.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting for understanding the different timelines, even in these ancient origins. This core group, the inner senshi, outer senshi, and Shitnu, are present in almost all continuities, but their relationships and backstories diverge dramatically right from this initial era.
Yeah, this is a key point of divergence. It raises an important question. How much does their past and the nature of those past relationships define their future and the roles they play?
Let's highlight a crucial discrepancy regarding the Shitnu's nature. In the manga and crystal canon, the Shitnu were unequivocally Endymion's loyal knights, his most trusted companions.
His best men, really.
They were corrupted by Queen Beryl, turned against their prince. What's even more fascinating, creator notes and subtle hints within the manga confirm that these 4 knights were also the past life lovers of the inner senshi.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes. A beautiful, deeply tragic layer to their story that foreshadows future complexities.
That adds so much depth. But the 1990s anime canon completely omits this backstory.
Totally gone.
In that version, the Shitnu are simply portrayed as evil minions of the Dark Kingdom, with no prior connection to Endymion or the Sailor Senshi.
Just bad guys working for Beryl.
This omission isn't just a plot change, it fundamentally alters the moral landscape of the early series, presenting a clearer, perhaps simpler, good versus evil dynamic that resonated with a younger audience, but potentially sacrificing the complex tragedy of corrupted loyalty and lost love found in the manga.
It definitely changes the emotional weight of their interactions with Mamoru and the girls later on.
For sure.
These ancient times also hold the seeds of tragedy. During Princess Serenity's birth celebration, a dark omen appears. Queen Nehelenia, a self-proclaimed queen from a dark asteroid, a shadowy counterpart to Queen Serenity, arrives uninvited.
The uninvited party guest.
Ooh.
Always trouble.
Fearing her dark energy, Queen Serenity seals her within a cursed mirror. But before her imprisonment, Nehelenia lays a chilling curse upon the infant princess, that the Moon Kingdom will fall, and she will never ascend to the throne.
A classic fairy tale curse, basically. Doom foretold.
It's a prophecy of doom. In a separate but related cosmic event, an anomaly within the sun gives birth to Queen Metalia, a non-corporeal entity of pure evil, essentially an incarnation of chaos itself, drawn by negative energy.
So Nehelenia is the prophecy, Metalia is the weapon.
Kinda, yeah. These two events, Nehelenia's dark prophecy and Metalia's emergence as an active agent of destruction, together establish the framework for the kingdom's downfall. The fall of the Silver Millennium is thus not a random act of war, but a tragedy with multiple interlocking causes, stemming from both a predestined curse and the emergence of primordial evil.
It was fated, in a way.
And so we come to the Great War and the fall of the Millennium, the cosmic conflict that brought an end to that golden age. Despite a taboo forbidding contact between the people of the Earth and the Moon, a secret romance blossoms between Princess Serenity and Prince Endymion, a love that transcends boundaries.
Star-crossed lovers. Literally.
On Earth, a sorceress named Beryl is consumed by her own unrequited love for Prince Endymion. Her intense jealousy makes her vulnerable to the influence of Queen Metalia, who corrupts her with promises of power and the prince's love, twisting her desires into malevolence.
Ah, the classic jealousy plot point. Very potent.
Now, the leader of the newly formed Dark Kingdom, Beryl, uses Metalia's dark power to brainwash the people of Earth, including Endymion's own Shitanu,
Turning his own knights against him.
and leads a devastating invasion of the Moon Kingdom. Here we see a critical junction, a moment where the very core events of the fall are painted with different brushes, showcasing the divergent narrative priorities of the manga and the 90s anime.
Right, how it actually happened changes.
The details of the fall in the manga and Crystal canon are incredibly poignant and personal. In the climactic battle, Beryl confronts the lovers. As she moves to strike Serenity, Endymion bravely shields her and is killed.
Oh, the ultimate sacrifice.
Overcome with devastating grief at his death, Princess Serenity takes her own life with his sword, a profound act of despair and love that highlights the deep, tragic connection between them.
Wow, she kills herself. That's dark.
Extremely. Enraged by this double tragedy, Sailor Venus, the leader of the Guardians, uses the sacred Holy Moon Sword to slay Queen Beryl. Though Beryl is defeated, Queen Metalia's primordial power continues to rage, destroying the Moon Palace and overwhelming the remaining Guardians.
So Venus gets the kill on Beryl in the manga.
Right.
Interesting.
The 1990s anime, however, presents a less personal, more direct, and arguably less emotionally complex end to the battle.
Simpler, maybe.
Yeah. In that version, Queen Metalia, acting through Beryl, kills both Prince Endymion and Princess Serenity with a single, massive blast of dark energy.
Just boom, gone.
It removes the element of individual choice and the direct tragic action of the princess herself, making the fall more about external forces than personal, intertwined fates.
Less agency for Serenity in that moment.
And this brings us to the final act of a queen and the guardian of ruin. With her kingdom in ruins and her daughter and her beloved prince dead, Queen Serenity makes the ultimate sacrifice.
The queen steps up.
She uses the last of her power and the full force of the silver crystal to seal the weakened Queen Metalia away at the North Pole of Earth, a place called D Point. And crucially, she sends the souls of Princess Serenity, Prince Endymion, the Sailor Guardians, and the Shitanu into the distant future.
The reincarnation plot device.
To be reincarnated on a peaceful Earth, granting them a chance at a new, happier life, free from the burdens of their past. This monumental effort drains her of all life force.
So she dies, sending them to the future.
The feline advisors, Luna and Artemis, are placed into a cryogenic sleep, destined to awaken in the future to find and guide their reincarnated charges.
Gotta have the talking cats ready.
This is arguably one of the most impactful divergences in the entire origin story, deeply affecting the cosmic power structure and the very nature of the clean slate for the future.
Oh, so.
In the manga and Crystal canon, with the war concluded and the Moon Kingdom destroyed, the conditions are finally met for the awakening of the final forbidden guardian.
Ah, Saturn.
The talismans of Sailors Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto resonate, summoning Sailor Saturn. As the guardian of silence, destruction, and rebirth, she fulfills her solemn duty. She brings down her silence glaive,
Glaive of ruin.
and its power of absolute annihilation effectively erases the war-torn remnants of the solar system's kingdoms, ensuring a truly clean slate for the promised reincarnation, and preventing Metalia from claiming even a Pyrrhic victory.
So she literally wipes the slate clean. Total reset.
It's a cosmic reset button, a force of ultimate consequence. But in the 1990s anime, Sailor Saturn's role in this final act of destruction is entirely absent from the continuity.
No Saturn at the end of the Silver Millennium.
Nope. In that timeline, Queen Serenity's power is solely responsible for both sealing the enemy and enacting the reincarnation.
Wow. Okay, so Serenity does it all in the anime.
This omission fundamentally alters the nature of the outer senshi and the cosmic balance of power within the 90s anime, making Queen Serenity's sacrifice even more all-encompassing, but also removing the ultimate fail-safe that Saturn represents.
Changes the whole dynamic of the outer senshi later on, presumably.
Exactly. So what does this all mean? The fall of the Silver Millennium isn't just a simple battle. It's a tragedy woven from primordial evil, ancient curses, personal jealousy, and ultimate sacrifice.
So many layers.
But the way that sacrifice is enacted and who is involved radically changes the feel and scope of the story in its different versions, setting a very different stage for our hero's eventual reawakening.
Now that we've laid the cosmic groundwork and seen the initial seeds of divergence, let's fast forward to the modern reawakening. We'll dive into the two core timelines that truly form the backbone of the Sailor Moon multiverse.
Big two.
The original manga and Sailor Moon crystal continuity, and the alternate history presented by the incredibly popular 1990s anime. We'll start with the creator's vision, ###Kane, the manga and Sailor Moon crystal continuity, the primary canon.
The manga and Sailor Moon crystal continuity is considered the primary canon, the purest expression of Naoko Takeuchi's vision. And fascinatingly, this timeline actually begins not with Sailor Moon herself, but with her predecessor in the fight for justice.
Right, gotta start with V.
In Chapter 1, codename, Sailor V, the Precursor's Tale. This prequel story takes place approximately 1 year before the main Sailor Moon saga. Here, a 13-year-old girl named Minako Aino, who's athletic but a bit of a poor student, has a facial encounter with a white cat with a crescent moon mark named Artemis. Artemis reveals her destiny, giving her a magical pen and a crescent-shaped compact that allows her to transform into Sailor V, the Soldier of Justice.
So she was the first one active, technically.
Yep. Minako's career as Sailor V begins with largely comedic, episodic adventures, guided by Artemis and a mysterious boss who communicates through an arcade game.
Love the arcade game communicator.
She battles the Dark Agency, a talent agency-themed subdivision of the Dark Kingdom. Her primary adversary is the agency's leader, Dambarite. Sailor V quickly becomes a celebrated public figure, a media sensation in Tokyo, admired by the public and vexing to the local police force.
A real pop idol superhero.
It's a much lighter tone, almost a trial run for the main series. But her journey takes a tragic turn.
Oh yeah, the ending of V.
It culminates in a heartbreaking romance with a mysterious hero named Kaitu Ace, who is ultimately revealed to be Dambarite himself.
The ultimate betrayal.
In their final battle, a heartbroken Minako is forced to destroy him. This confrontation fully awakens her memories of her past life as Sailor Venus, the true leader of Princess Serenity's guardians.
So her tragedy leads to her awakening.
Accepting the weight of her duty over her personal desires for love, she abandons the Sailor V persona to begin her true mission, to find the real Moon Princess and her fellow Sailor Guardians. This sets the stage perfectly for everything that follows in the main story, giving Venus a uniquely poignant backstory.
Makes her introduction in Sailor Moon much more meaningful.
And then we move directly into Chapter 2, the Dark Kingdom arc in the modern era. The familiar journey begins with Usagi Tsukino's awakening as Sailor Moon, guided by Luna, and her immediate mission to find the other Guardians and the legendary Silver Crystal.
The classic beginning. I am Sailor Moon.
We then see the sequential awakening of her inner Guardians. The genius Ami Mizuno as Sailor Mercury, the passionate Rei Hino as Sailor Mars, and the strong, protective Makoto Kino as Sailor Jupiter. Each joins the fight against the Dark Kingdom, battling the generals, Jadeite, Nephrite, and Zoisite in turn.
The team comes together pretty quickly in the manga.
Very quickly. This swiftly leads to the revelation of past lives. Sailor Venus, already known as Sailor V, makes her public debut, initially posing as the Moon Princess to draw enemy attention.
The decoy princess strategy.
During a fierce battle with the final Shedanu, Kunzite, Tuxedo Mask, Shields, Sailor Moon, seemingly dying in the process.
Mamoru takes the hit. Classic.
Usagi's overwhelming grief awakens her true identity as Princess Serenity, and her tears form the legendary Silver Crystal. This moment simultaneously restores her and Mamoru's memories of their past lives.
That's the trigger. Grief and love unlock everything.
They travel to the Moon Palace ruins, where Queen Serenity's holographic record confirms their history. What's significant here is the rapid pace and direct consequence of these revelations compared to other versions.
No messing around, straight to the point.
The final battle in this manga and crystal canon is incredibly dramatic and personally devastating. The Guardians journey to the Dark Kingdom's Arctic fortress at D Point. They face a brainwashed Prince Endymion.
Evil tuxedo mask. Always rough.
In a poignant scene, the Shitnu regain their memories, reaffirm their loyalty to Endymion before being struck down.
So they do remember just before the end. That's tragic.
Sailor Moon then makes a truly devastating choice. She uses the Holy Moon Sword to kill Endymion, then turns the blade on herself.
Whoa, wait. She kills him and herself. Again?
Yes, this act of murder-suicide is the ultimate sacrifice to free him from Beryl's control and purify the Silver Crystal.
That is, wow. That's incredibly dark for the main character.
It really is. After Metalia consumes their bodies, the Shitnu spirits reveal Metalia's weak point, empowering Sailor Moon to ultimately destroy the entity. Queen Serenity's spirit offers Usagi the chance to rule, but Usagi chooses a normal life, resulting in a new brooch and the resurrection of everyone with their memories intact.
So even after that, they get a reset, but with memories. Okay. That ending underscores the theme of choosing happiness over destiny.
Next, we delve into Chapter 3, the Black Moon Arc. Peace for Usagi and Mamoru is shattered by the arrival of a stranger. Chibiusa, a mysterious pink-haired girl from the future who falls from the sky and demands the Silver Crystal.
Enter Chibiusa, right out of the sky.
She's pursued by the Black Moon Clan, a new enemy from the 30th century, leading to the Spectre Sisters capturing Mars, Mercury, and Jupiter.
The stakes ramp up fast again, Guardians getting captured.
This forces a journey to the 30th century. Chibiusa reveals she's from the future, leading Usagi, Mamoru, and Minako through the space-time door, guarded by Sailor Pluto,
Our first meeting with Pluto.
to a desolate crystal Tokyo. There, they discover King Endymion Mamoru's future self explains the Black Moon's attack, and that Neo-Queen Serenity Usagi's future self is in a comatose state.
Seeing their future selves must be weird.
And the shocking revelation, Chibiusa is their future daughter. Sailor Moon is then abducted by Prince Demande, the Black Moon's leader, who is chillingly obsessed with the Neo-Queen.
Okay, the creepy villain obsession trope. Got it.
This all culminates with the planet Nemesis and the advent of Black Lady. The Black Moon Clan hails from Nemesis, a phantom planet of pure negative energy, manipulated by the Wise Men, or Death Phantom, another incarnation of chaos.
Chaos again, always lurking.
Feeling isolated and unloved, Chibiusa is corrupted by Wise Men, transformed into the adult villainous Black Lady.
Oh, the Black Lady arc. That's a fan favorite in a dark way.
In a heart-wrenching moment, Sailor Pluto sacrifices her life by stopping time, a forbidden act, to save the others.
Pluto, no, that's a huge moment. Stopping time is taboo.
Pluto's death shatters Wiseman's hold, and Chibiusa's tears miraculously produce a second silver crystal, awakening her as Sailor Chibi Moon. Together, Sailor Moon and Sailor Chibi Moon use their combined silver crystal power to destroy Death Phantom, cementing the theme of love transcending even time and fate.
So Pluto's sacrifice saves Chibiusa and awakens her power. Wow. Heavy stuff.
Following this, we enter Chapter 4, the Infinity Arc. This arc introduces a new threat and new guardians. Strange reversion incidents occur at Mugen Academy, transforming students into monsters.
The Daemons.
Usagi and her friends meet the enigmatic Haruka Tano, a race car driver, and Ichiro Kaio, a violinist, who are soon revealed as the Outer Senshi, Sailor Uranus, and Sailor Neptune.
Enter Haruka and Michiru. Very cool, very aloof at first.
They are on a grim mission to find 3 sacred talismans to prevent an apocalypse. Meanwhile, Chibiusa befriends Hotaru Tome, the frail and mysterious daughter of Mugen Academy's founder, Professor Tomo.
Little Hotaru. So much going on with her.
This leads to the reveal of the Messiah Silence. The true enemy is the Deathbusters, extra-dimensional beings led by Pharaoh 90, who seek to invade Earth. Professor Tomo, having sold his soul, leads their Earth operations with Kaelanite and the Witches 5.
Professor Tomo, creepy dad alert.
The Outer Senshi tragically believe Hotaru is the Messiah of Silence who will end the world and intend to kill her.
Oof. The Outer Senshi are hardcore. Kill a kid to save the world.
It's revealed Hotaru's body is a vessel for Mistress 9, Pharaoh 90's partner, and also the dormant spirit of Sailor Saturn. Mistress 9 awakens, stealing Chibiusa's silver crystal and beginning the ritual to bring Pharaoh 90.
So Hotaru is both the potential destroyer and the vessel for another villain? Complicated.
The 3 talismans, Uranus's space sword, Neptune's deep aqua mirror, and Pluto's garnet orb, finally gather, forming the Holy Grail, which allows Sailor Moon to transform into Super Sailor Moon.
Power-up time. The Holy Grail appears.
In the dramatic conclusion, Hotaru's spirit miraculously reawakens, destroying Mistress Nine from within and awakening as Sailor Saturn.
Saturn finally awakens.
She uses her devastating power to drag Pharaoh 90 back to his dimension, intending to sacrifice herself and erase the threat entirely. Super Sailor Moon follows them into the void and uses the Holy Grail's power to save Saturn, who was reborn as a baby, and restore the world from the brink of annihilation.
So Moon saves Saturn from her own destructive power, and she gets reborn as a baby. Okay, that's a twist. This arc fundamentally shifts the stakes, introducing the outer senshi and the concept of cosmic destruction and rebirth. Yeah, Infinity Arc feels much bigger, more cosmic.
Next, we have Chapter 5, The Dream Arc. This arc begins with the Dead Moon Circus. During a solar eclipse, the Dead Moon Circus appears, led by the enigmatic Zirconia.
The circus comes to town. Always creepy.
Their sinister goal is to find the one who possesses the golden crystal so they can free their ruler, Queen Helenia, the same queen who cursed Princess Serenity in the Silver Millennium.
Helenia. The curse comes back to haunt them.
From her ancient mirror prison and conquer the earth. A mysterious winged unicorn, Pegasus, appears in Chibiusa's dreams, revealing his true form as Helios, the priest of Elysian.
Pegasus. So iconic.
He explains that Helenia has cursed Elysian and Mamoru's body along with it. The circus's advance force, the Amazonas Quartet, sends their minions to attack the Sailor Guardians, preying on their deepest dreams. The inner senshi awaken to their superforms and defeat the trio.
Superforms unlocked. And the Amazonas Quartet. They're interesting.
This leads to the battle for Elysian. The outer senshi, who are raising the reborn Hotaru, are also targeted by Nephlania's forces and awaken to their superforms.
Everyone gets a super upgrade. Nice.
Hotaru rapidly grows into a child and reawakens as Super Sailor Saturn, ready to fight alongside her friends. The 10 Guardians unite to face the Amazonas Quartet.
Baby Saturn grows up fast.
It is then revealed that the Quartet are actually the Sailor Quartet, Chibiusa's future guardians, who were awakened prematurely and corrupted by Helenia.
Whoa, they're future senshi. Corrupted. Okay, that's cool.
The Guardians break Helenia's spell on them. Mamoru awakens the power of the golden crystal within him, revealing its significance. The combined power of Usagi's silver crystal and Mamoru's golden crystal allows Sailor Moon to achieve her ultimate form, Eternal Sailor Moon.
Eternal Sailor Moon, with the wings. And Mamoru finally gets his own crystal power-up.
She defeats Queen Helenia, now an avatar of chaos, and the Sailor Quartet return to their slumber, waiting until Chibiusa needs them in the far future.
So Helenia was tied to chaos too. And the quartet go back to sleep. Lots happening there.
Finally, we reach Chapter 6, The Stars Arc, which represents the grand finale of the creator's vision. This epic begins with Shadow Galactica.
The final arc. Things get intense.
Mamoru prepares to leave for America to study abroad, but at the airport, he is attacked and seemingly killed by Sailor Galaxia, the self-proclaimed Golden Queen of the Galaxy.
Killed right at the start.
Who brutally steals his golden crystal, his very starseed. Usagi, unaware of his devastating fate, is heartbroken by his sudden silence.
Oh man, she doesn't even know he's gone. That's awful.
A new group of Sailor Guardians, the Sailor Starlight, Sailor Starfighter, Star Maker, and Star Healer arrive on Earth. They disguise themselves as the male idol group Three Lights to search for their lost ruler, Princess Kakyu.
Enter the Starlights. The boy band senshi, or girl band, depending.
They are pursued by Galaxia's ruthless minions, the Sailor Animates. A mysterious toddler, Chibi Chibi, appears in Usagi's life, adding another layer of mystery. Galaxia's forces systematically attack, killing the inner and outer senshi and stealing their sailor crystals.
Killing them, like for real this time, all of them.
One by one. It's brutal. Their sailor crystals, their essence, are stolen.
Okay, the stakes are maximum now. Everyone's gone except Moon and the newcomers.
This tragic journey culminates at the Galaxy Cauldron. With all her friends gone, Sailor Moon, accompanied by the Starlights, Princess Kakyu, and Chibi Chibi, travels to the center of the galaxy to confront Galaxia at the primordial Galaxy Cauldron.
The final showdown at the source of all life.
There, they uncover a shocking truth. Galaxia is the most powerful Sailor Guardian who ended ancient Sailor Wars by sealing chaos within her own body.
Galaxia sealed chaos inside herself. Whoa!
Unable to contain it, she began conquering the galaxy to find a power strong enough to defeat it, ironically becoming a vessel for the very evil she sought to destroy.
Corrupted by the very thing she fought. Tragic irony.
The Starlights and Kakyu are killed. Galaxia then throws all the stolen Sailor crystals into the cauldron, erasing them from existence, seemingly ending all hope.
Erasing them completely, not just killing them. Okay, that's terrifying.
It's here that Chibi Chibi reveals her true form. She is Sailor Cosmos, the ultimate future form of Sailor Moon, who traveled back in time to convince her past self to destroy the cauldron and chaos once and for all.
Chibi Chibi is Sailor Moon from the far, far future, Sailor Cosmos. Mind blown.
But Usagi, in an ultimate act of faith, refuses. She chooses to believe in the cauldron's inherent power of rebirth, even for chaos. She dives into the cauldron, merging her power with it to purify chaos.
She dives into the cauldron to save chaos, too. That's incredibly Usagi.
This act of ultimate love and faith miraculously resurrects everyone. Guardian Cosmos explains that chaos has merely been reduced and will one day return, an eternal cycle, but for now, peace is restored. The story concludes with Usagi and Mamoru's wedding, a beautiful testament to their enduring love and destiny, bringing the creator's epic to a powerful close.
Wow. So everyone comes back, chaos isn't gone forever, and they get married. A bittersweet but hopeful ending. That's quite a saga. ###B. The alternate timeline of the 1990s anime. A parallel history. Now let's turn our attention to the alternate timeline of the 1990s anime, a truly parallel history that many of us grew up with and which captured the hearts of a generation.
Yeah, the one most people probably saw first.
While it follows the same broad story arcs as the manga, its execution, characterizations, and even entire plot lines differ significantly, creating a truly unique historical record that stands on its own.
The first major divergence point happens right in the Dark Kingdom arc, covering episodes 146. A significant anime original plotline is the Rainbow Crystal subplot.
Ah, yes, the Rainbow Crystals, totally anime original.
Which replaces the manga's more straightforward search for the Silver Crystal. In this version, the Silver Crystal was shattered into 7 rainbow crystals, which were then sealed inside the bodies of the 7 great Yume, ancient powerful demons from the Silver Millennium. These Yume were reincarnated on Earth as ordinary humans.
So instead of finding the crystal, they're finding people who contain pieces of the crystal.
Exactly. The middle portion of this season focuses heavily on the Dark Kingdom's general Zoisite and Tuxedo Mask, competing to find these 7 human hosts and extract the rainbow crystals to reassemble the silver crystal.
Zoisite versus Tuxedo Mask for the crystals. Lots of drama there.
This subplot significantly extends the arc's length and introduces a classic Monster of the Week formula centered on finding and defeating these specific individuals to get their crystal. It's a very different narrative engine that allowed for more episodic storytelling and character interactions.
Perfect for a weekly show trying to fill time.
And the altered fates of the shit new are another massive change. The generals of the Dark Kingdom receive vastly different characterizations and fates compared to their manga counterparts.
Yeah, we touched on this. No past loyalty here.
Their past lives as Prince Endymion's loyal knights are completely erased from this continuity. Instead, they are presented simply as long-serving minions of Queen Beryl.
Nephrite, for instance, is given a complex redemption arc through his tragic love for Usagi's friend, Naru Osaka.
Oh, Nephrite and Naru, that was heartbreaking.
He ultimately dies heroically protecting her from Zoisite's monsters, a deeply moving sacrifice unique to this timeline. This omission of their past loyalty isn't just a plot change, it fundamentally alters the moral landscape of the early series.
Makes Nephrite's death really hit hard.
Zoisite, on the other hand, is portrayed as effeminate and cruel, and is openly in a romantic relationship with his superior, Kunzite.
Zoisite and Kunzite, iconic anime relationship.
After defying Queen Beryl's orders by attempting to kill Tuxedo Mask, he is unceremoniously executed by her, a stark contrast to his manga fate, emphasizing the ruthlessness of the Dark Kingdom.
Beryl just zaps him. Cold.
The final battle and memory wipe in the 90s anime's Dark Kingdom arc is also profoundly different. It's marked by a sequence of heroic sacrifices.
Oh yeah, this part.
Each of the 4 Inner Guardians dies in battle protecting Sailor Moon as she advances toward Queen Beryl's throne room.
One by one. Jupiter throwing lightning, Mercury's shield, Mars fire, Venus tackling Kunzite. It was intense.
In the final confrontation, Sailor Moon faces a monstrous fusion of Queen Beryl and Queen Metalia known as Super Beryl. Drawing on the power of her fallen friends and the Silver Crystal, she defeats the entity but seemingly perishes in the process.
She uses all their power combined. Beautiful, but tragic.
The Silver Crystal then grants her final wish for her and her friends to be returned to their normal lives with no memory of their time as Sailor Guardians.
The big reset button.
providing a definitive, albeit temporary, conclusion to their story that allows for a fresh start. This emphasis on a clean slate completely changes the starting point for future arcs.
Which leads directly into the Makai Tree Saga, which opens Sailor Moon R and covers episodes 47-59.
The filler arc. This arc is a perfect example of how the anime had to invent entirely new narratives to fill time while the manga was still being written. It's completely unique and has no basis in any other Sailor Moon continuity, truly highlighting the production realities at play.
That's right. It features two aliens, Ale and Anne, who arrive on Earth with a sentient Makai tree, which is the last of their kind and requires life energy to survive.
The Doom Tree, yeah, with the alien siblings.
Disguising themselves as students Seijiro and Natsumi Ginga, they summon monsters called Cardians to steal energy from humans. Faced with this new threat, Luna is forced to reawaken the memories of Usagi and the other girls, restoring their powers as Sailor Guardians.
Gotta get the band back together.
Mamoru's memories, however, are not fully restored. His subconscious desire to protect Usagi manifests as a separate, mysterious protector known as the Moonlight Knight.
The Moonlight Knight. Mamoru's alter ego, with the white tux.
Who aids the Guardians in battle. The arc concludes when the Makai tree reveals it thrives on love, not stolen energy. Sailor Moon heals the tree, Ale and Anne depart Earth peacefully with the tree's sapling, and the Moonlight Knight merges back into Mamoru, fully restoring his memories and his relationship with Usagi.
So love saves the day, aliens leave, Mamoru's back. Neat little package. It's an entirely self-contained, original adventure that really hammers home the anime's recurring theme of love and redemption.
The Black Moon arc in Sailor Moon R, episode 6089, also features significant divergences from its manga counterpart. For example, the Spectre sisters.
Ah, the four sisters. Cohen, Berthier, Petz, Calaveras.
Rather than being killed, they are healed and purified by Sailor Moon one by one, allowing them to live normal human lives on Earth.
Right. They get redeemed, open a makeup stand or something. Very 90s anime. This is a prime example of the 90s anime's emphasis on redemption over destruction, highlighting its consistently lighter, more hopeful tone.
Mamoru's motivation for breaking up with Usagi is changed from a psychic premonition to a series of prophetic nightmares sent by his future self, King Endymion, intended to test their love.
The infamous breakup arc caused a lot of fan angst. Different reason, same result for a while.
And crucially, the final battle against the Wise Men is also altered, with Sailor Moon and Chibiusa combining their powers to defeat him without the tragic death of Sailor Pluto.
Pluto lives in the R finale. Okay, big change, which was such a pivotal, heartbreaking moment in the manga. This significantly lessens the stakes for the outer senshi in this continuity.
Moving to the Infinity arc in Sailor Moon S, episodes 91-27, we see more divergences. The central MacGuffin, the item everyone is searching for, is changed from the talismans themselves to pure heart crystals that reside within certain humans.
Pure heart crystals. Take your pure heart crystal, such a classic catchphrase for the villains.
This creates a more episodic structure where the Deathbusters, through the Witches 5, extract these crystals from various victims, hoping to find the 3 specific ones that will form the talismans.
Monster of the Week format, again, based on finding the right hearts.
The Holy Grail is formed from the 3 talismans, but in a significant departure, it can be used by any sufficiently pure-hearted individual, not just Sailor Moon, broadening its accessibility and impact.
Anyone could grab the Grail. Interesting.
And when Sailor Saturn awakens and defeats Pharaoh 90, Sailor Moon prevents her from destroying the Earth, saving her and allowing her to be reborn as an infant. This demonstrates the anime's preference for preserving life rather than cosmic resets.
So Moon stops Saturn's suicidal destruction here. Consistent theme.
The Dream arc in Sailor Moon Super S, episodes 128-166, is arguably the most significant departure from the manga.
Oh yeah, Super S is different.
The outer senshi are completely absent from the main story, a huge shift that dramatically narrows the scope of the battle.
No Haruka, Michiru, Setsuna, or Hotaru at all. Big omission.
The narrative focuses almost exclusively on Chibiusa and her relationship with Pegasus, who is actually Helios.
It's really Chibiusa season more than Moon sometimes.
The villains, the Dead Moon Circus, seek out people with beautiful dreams in the hope of finding Pegasus, who is hiding in the golden mirror of the person with the most beautiful dream.
Looking into dream mirrors. Very visual for the anime.
The Amazoness Quartet are ultimately not revealed to be the Sailor Quartet. Instead, they are misguided children who are purified and allowed to live normal lives.
No future senshi reveal. Just redeemed kids again.
And Mamoru's golden crystal is not a central plot point. Instead, Helios possesses it in his horn, further downplaying Mamoru's direct combat role. This arc truly becomes a character-focused story for Chibiusa.
Yeah, Mamoru doesn't do much in Super S except get sick when dreams are targeted.
And then the Stars arc in Moon Sailor Stars, episodes 167-200, also has some major divergences. This arc actually begins with a short, anime original sub-arc detailing the return and final defeat of Queen Nehelania.
Right, they needed to wrap up the Nehelania plot from Super S properly first.
Tying up loose ends from Super S before moving into the final confrontation. But here's where it gets really interesting, as this divergence famously caused a bit of creative tension with the manga creator herself.
The big one.
The most famous divergence here is the nature of the Sailor Starlights. In the anime, they are men in their civilian forms who physically transform into women when they become Sailor Guardians.
Yeah, the gender swap transformation, very controversial. Naoko Takeuchi reportedly disliked this change, as in her manga they were always women, emphasizing a different kind of gender fluidity or presentation.
Big difference in concept there.
The final battle in the 90s anime Stars arc is also significantly different. Chibi Chibi is revealed not to be Sailor Cosmos, but rather the star seed of Sailor Galaxia herself, the light of hope she sent away before being consumed by chaos.
Chibi Chibi is Galaxia's hope, not Future Moon. Okay, that's a total rewrite.
The final confrontation is a battle for Galaxia's very soul, with Sailor Moon refusing to fight and instead reaching out to the good that remains within her, ultimately purifying her and freeing her from Chaos's influence.
So Moon redeems Galaxia, doesn't destroy Chaos itself. Again, fits the anime's themes. This offers a path to redemption rather than destruction, a consistent thematic thread throughout the 90s anime, further emphasizing the power of empathy and connection over overwhelming force.
Definitely a softer, more redemptive ending than the manga's cosmic reset.
The 90s anime also produced 3 theatrical releases, films that occupy a somewhat nebulous canonical space.
The movies. Yeah, where do they fit?
While they share the aesthetic, characters, and power levels of their corresponding seasons, their plots contain significant inconsistencies that make them difficult to place within the main series timeline. They're almost like pocket universes, offering standalone adventures.
Take Sailor Moon R the movie, for example. It features an old childhood friend of Mamoru's, Fiore, who is manipulated by the alien Zenian flower.
Fiore, with the flute and the flower obsession.
The film's events simply cannot fit into the series timeline, as Chibiusa is present despite having already returned to the future at the end of the R season.
Right, Chibiusa shouldn't be there. Timeline conflict.
However, this film also provides a fascinating thematic canon insight. The revelation that Usagi and Mamoru met as children, while never explicitly referenced in the TV show,
The flashback with the rose.
is emotionally resonant and widely accepted by fans as an important piece of their backstory, enriching their bond, even if the plot itself creates timeline issues.
Yeah, fans love that bit, even if it doesn't technically fit.
Sailor Moon S. The movie is based on a manga side story, The Lover of Princess Kaguya, and features an enemy trying to freeze the Earth. It's considered the most canon-adjacent of the films, but still operates independently of the season's main plot, offering a self-contained winter wonderland adventure.
The Snow Queen one. Yeah, that felt pretty standalone. Luna gets a romance.
Then there's Sailor Moon Super S, the movie, which features the villain Queen Bodian and her plan to trap the world's children in a black dream hole. Its plot is definitively non-canonical.
Oh, definitely.
Due to the glaring appearance of Sailors Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto.
Yeah. The Outers show up out of nowhere, even though they weren't in the Super S season at all. And Pluto was supposed to be dead.
Exactly. These characters were completely absent from the Super S TV season, and their presence here directly contradicts their established storyline, especially given that Pluto, in the anime, was presumed dead. It truly is its own isolated narrative bubble.
It's pure fan service, basically. But fun.
This raises an important question. What does canon even mean when a story has this much flexibility?
Good question.
These films highlight a distinction between plot canon, which they often violate, and thematic canon, which they often enrich. They're like allegorical tales exploring inner lives or expanding on character relationships without necessarily affecting the overarching chronology.
They're part of the emotional tapestry, even if not the historical one, which is something fans often implicitly understand and appreciate. Makes sense.
Beyond the 2 primary anime and manga timelines, the Sailor Moon multiverse contains several other distinct, self-contained continuities that offer unique interpretations of the core story. Let's delve into these parallel worlds and other narratives to see how truly broad this franchise's reach is.
Okay, branching out even further, one of the most fascinating is The World of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the live-action series, or PGSM.
The tokusatsu version?
This 2003 TV series is a complete reimagining of just the Dark Kingdom arc. While it begins with a familiar premise, it quickly diverges into a more character-driven, often tragic drama with several unique plot elements that set it apart from all other versions. It's a truly distinctive take.
PGSM introduces some truly unique plot points that redefine its narrative. For example, Dark Sailor Mercury.
Darkery, yes.
In a significant departure, Ami Mizuno is captured by the Dark Kingdom and brainwashed by Crimsite. She becomes Dark Mercury, or Darkery, a cold and powerful antagonist who battles her former friends.
Ami as a villain was shocking, but really compelling.
Her eventual recovery and the immense guilt she carries from her actions form a major, emotionally impactful part of her character arc, giving Ami a depth of struggle and redemption not seen anywhere else. It's a powerful exploration of a hero falling from grace.
Then there's Sailor Venus's dual identity. Minako Aino operates publicly as the famous idol and superhero Sailor V, while also acting as Sailor Venus. She initially presents herself as the true Moon Princess to protect Usagi and maintains a stern, aloof demeanor towards the other Guardians.
More serious Minako and PGSM, less bubbly.
But, quite tragically, it is later revealed that she is suffering from a terminal illness.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes, adding a profound layer of tragedy and urgency to her mission, forcing her to confront her own mortality in a way unique to this series. This twist adds immense pathos to her character, making her stern exterior a brave facade.
Wow, okay. That completely changes her character.
The most radical change in this continuity, though, is Princess Sailor Moon.
Oh boy, here we go.
When Usagi is consumed by intense grief or rage, particularly over threats to Mamoru, her past life persona takes over. This Princess Sailor Moon is not a benevolent ruler, but a terrifyingly powerful and cold entity, willing to destroy the entire planet out of sorrow for the loss of her prince in the past.
She basically becomes the final boss, fueled by grief.
This makes Usagi's own past self one of the primary antagonists of the series, as the other Guardians must prevent her from awakening and bringing about the apocalypse. It's a brilliant twist that offers a powerful insight into the potential darkness of unchecked grief and the burden of immense power.
Yeah, it questions the whole past life thing. What if your past self was dangerous?
Challenging the traditional princess archetype and asking what truly happens when cosmic love turns into cosmic rage. It moves beyond simple heroism to a deeper psychological exploration.
Very cool concept.
And on a lighter, quirkier note, even the feline mentor Luna is given a unique role as Sailor Luna.
Sailor Luna, the little girl Senshi. That was cute.
Luna gains the ability to transform into a young girl who can then transform into her own unique Sailor Guardian Sailor Luna. It's a charming and unexpected addition to the team.
PGSM truly functions as a deconstruction of the original mythos. It grounds the fantasy in a more realistic emotional landscape, exploring the psychological trauma of war and reincarnation.
Feels more grown up in some ways.
By reframing Princess Serenity's immense power as a world-ending threat born of unchecked grief, the series shifts the central conflict from merely battling Queen Beryl to confronting the devastating weight of the past itself, making the internal struggles as important as the external ones. It's a surprisingly mature take on the classic story.
Next, let's turn to the stage of dreams. Sarah Mew, the theatrical musicals.
Sarah Mew, break out the glitter in amazing costumes.
This long-running series of stage musicals represents another distinct branch of the multiverse. While many of the shows adapt the story arcs from the anime and manga, they often do so with significant plot changes, new character dynamics, and original songs.
And the songs are so catchy.
More importantly, the musicals have introduced wholly original storylines not found in any other medium. The sheer energy of live performance really adds a unique dimension to the storytelling.
For instance, some of the original storylines include The Legend of Kaguya Island, which sends the Sailor Guardians to a mysterious island where they are lured into a trap by the villain Coatbull, who seeks to steal the silver crystal for his own dark purposes.
A whole original adventure.
It's a standalone adventure with its own unique antagonists. And even more ambitious, The Last Dracul Saga is a multi-show epic unique for having direct continuity between its installments.
The vampire musicals.
It introduces a complex vampire-centric plot involving original characters like Count Dracul, his daughter Vampire, and the ancient entity Lilith of Darkness. This saga explores themes of prejudice and conflict between humans and supernatural beings, a truly unique narrative territory for Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon vs. Dracula, okay.
Taking these characters into a genre almost entirely new to the franchise, it just shows how flexible these characters are in new contexts.
These musicals really demonstrate the narrative flexibility of the Sailor Moon framework. By placing the established characters into entirely new genres, such as vampire horror or pirate adventure, Sailor Moon expands the lore into territories unexplored by other media.
Proves the core concepts work anywhere. This showcases the archetypal strength of the characters, proving their appeal and coherence even when removed from their original plotlines, reinforcing how compelling they are in any context. And the fan interaction, the spectacle, all contribute to a truly unique experience.
And finally, we have a different story, the lore of video games, specifically focusing on Bisho Senshi Sailor Moon, another story.
The SNES RPG, classic.
While most Sailor Moon video games are fighting or puzzle games with minimal plot, this 1995 Super Famicom RPG stands out as a significant, self-contained narrative. It's not just a game, it's a genuine piece of the multiverse.
Its plot summary is quite unique. The game is set in a timeline that attempts to blend elements from both the manga and the 90s anime, taking place between the S and Super S seasons.
Trying to stitch things together.
A sorceress from the future named Apsu seeks to alter destiny to prevent the formation of Crystal Tokyo. She creates the Oppositio Senshi evil doppelgangers of the inner Senshi.
Evil Sailor Moon clones.
And sends them back in time to change the outcomes of the Sailor Guardians' past battles. This results in the resurrection of past villains like Queen Beryl and the Deathbusters.
Whoa, fighting old bosses again because someone messed with time.
Ooh.
The Sailor Guardians, guided by the spirits of the Shitnu.
The Shitno spirits help. That uses the manga lore.
Exactly. They must travel through time to locations such as the past Silver Millennium, modern-day Tokyo, and various real-world countries to confront these altered fates and restore the proper flow of history.
A time-traveling adventure across the whole series' history.
Its canonical significance is quite striking. Another story is a unique meta-narrative that directly engages with the franchise's history. It is the only story that forces the characters to confront the consequences of their past victories and reaffirm them.
Making sure history stays the way it was meant to be.
Essentially rewriting history and then having the heroes correct it. Its unique blend of lore, using the anime's timeline as a base, but incorporating manga-exclusive concepts like the Shitnu's past loyalty to Endymion, represents a fascinating attempt to synthesize the diverging canons into a single, cohesive adventure.
It really tried to have the best of both worlds.
It stands as a testament to the richness of the multiverse and the desire to see its disparate threads woven together, showing a true appreciation for all iterations of the story. #outro. If we connect this to the bigger picture, what we've seen today is that the lore of Sailor Moon isn't a single thread, but a rich and intricate tapestry woven from multiple, often contradictory narrative strands.
So many threads.
It's a universe that invites us to appreciate each of these distinct yet interconnected worlds, revealing new facets of destiny, friendship, love, and sacrifice with every iteration. This dynamic creative process, driven by both intention and necessity, has inadvertently created a story world that continues to surprise and engage its audience.
So what does this all mean for us, the audience? It means there's no single correct timeline, only a collection of parallel histories that, when viewed together, create a richer and more profound narrative experience.
Yeah, you can pick your favorite or appreciate them all.
Each version reflects something powerful and enduring about the characters and themes, often highlighting different facets of their core identities and struggles. It truly makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It really does.
Our question for you, our listener, is this. What does it mean for a story to endure and captivate across so many different endings, beginnings, and characterizations?
Good question.
Which version resonates most deeply with your understanding of fate, friendship, or even identity? And what does that say about the kinds of stories we, as humans, choose to believe in and return to time and time again?
We hope this deep dive into the Sailor Moon multiverse has given you a newfound appreciation for its incredible complexity and creativity, and perhaps even sparked a desire to explore one of these parallel worlds you hadn't considered before.
Yeah, maybe check out PGSM or read the manga if you only know the 90s show.
Each offers a unique lens through which to view these beloved characters.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep diving deep, keep questioning, and keep exploring the incredible stories that shape our world. We'll be back soon with another deep dive tailor-made for you.